Hello, YouTube VOD watching audience. I once again did a couple encounters before I actually started recording. So y'all get to miss the first 6 encounters of the day. You'll get to see number 7, which is of course a female, not shiny Marill, clearly. But yeah, to my defense, there was quite a couple of things I had to do before getting started here. First of all, I had to change my time zone because I forgot how early it is. I was like, oh yeah, I want a shiny hunt at the end of the stream, and it's like 7:40, and I was like, oh shit, it's too fucking early for this shit, man. Also, I think this is the first shiny hunting VOD where we get to see all of chat. We get to see both YouTube and, well, we did before, but I've changed it now that it's a little bit more, you know, friendly. Looks a bit more concise. It works for, like, you know, like this camera and this camera. It works for these better. We were playing Unite earlier, go figure. I need to turn that switch off, let it cool down. Whatever Gecko's saying about 6-7, yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, there's been a couple things going on, and one of them was last night. Oh, I played Pokemon Conquest, and I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I plan on playing it again. It was very rough. It was not treating me very nicely. I have a lot of respect for the game, and the game had, like, no respect for me. All I'm gonna say is the fucking grass level with the traps. That's all I'm gonna say. And people who know, and people who don't know are gonna have to watch the highlight video that I make soon. Yeah, before stream, I was thinking maybe one of the things I want to do is I want to do like an editing stream just to show kind of my like, just kind of very, I mean, I'm not really like good at it or anything. I don't know any tips or tricks or anything. You're not going to learn anything from me, but just like, you know, kind of my flow state for how I look when I'm editing one of these highlights together. So because I didn't record my playthrough of Conquest, I pulled up my own video, my own stream VOD on YouTube, and I recorded just the YouTube video through OBS. I just recorded it, and I took a nap. I woke up. It had been like an hour past when the video had ended. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to cut out a lot. It's gonna be a big file in DaVinci. It's gonna be kind of slow to fully finish editing. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. And so I go to start editing it just to put it on the timeline and stuff. No audio. I'm like, what the fuck? Is something wrong? Because this is my first time using a computer for the day. Is something wrong with my DaVinci? Is something wrong with what's going on? Is it my headphones? I play the actual video. There's no fucking audio. I recorded the whole thing without my desktop audio being captured. So in OBS, you can set it so, like right now, for example, my desktop audio is not being captured, but what is being captured is my is just the app Spotify. So that is fine. Like, that's fine. That works. Also, I'm gonna adjust that a little bit at the bottom. Boomba, perfect. Oh, you gotta love when you see just stellar perfection like that. Speaking of stellar perfection, I need to move over the encounters thing a little bit too. Point is, I did all of that waiting for actually fucking nothing. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome that happened. So I'll probably do that again, like tonight after stream or something. And then maybe for next stream, one of the things that we do is we watch me edit that video together. Because I've rewatched a little bit of it. From a spectator's perspective, it's quite funny. It definitely feels different from a user's perspective. But, you know, it was quite funny. I ain't gonna hold it. I ain't gonna lie. God, it's been so long since I've actually looked at my team. I genuinely, like, I'm only 90 99% certain I used Infernape on this playthrough. Like, I'm like, I can see myself thinking that I would pick Infernape, but I remember playing Infernape in a platinum run recently, but like, it was this, right? Like, I kind of don't want to check. But yeah, hopefully this VOD will be up in a little bit more of a timely manner this time. Hopefully I can just, as soon as stream is over, just start to upload that video, let it go live whenever it's ready. You'll probably see it in about, it takes YouTube about an hour-ish to upload those VODs. So you'll definitely see it. You'll definitely be watching this the next morning probably, or hell, maybe you're someone like MK. I don't know if you're watching VODs. If you watch VODs, MK, leave a comment, because that would be, I would love to call you out right now. That'd be awesome. Editing is ass, maybe a couple of reasons, or maybe because I record on a Steam Deck and the CPU is really not powerful enough. I will tell you, I have done a couple edits. I used to do a little bit more, because I used to not do any streaming. I would, because honestly, streaming's a lot easier. But I used to do just like creating videos. None of them are very good, by the way. I don't think any of them are really worth watching. But do that if you want to. Point is, I did used to do the editing of those on a potato computer. I mean, my computer wasn't even that bad. It was just kind of, it's definitely not nearly as good as my current computer. Let's put it that way. And editing on that was a fucking nightmare. I will tell you, it's a GPU thing. Because whenever you like want to go to a certain frame that you want to edit, or you want to make a cut, or you want to do literally fucking anything, it's really goddamn slow. It's so slow, man. So I fucking get it. Believe me, I fucking get it. Is like editing, if you're actually editing on like a Steam Deck or something, yeah, I can believe that shit is kind of asinine, for sure. I can believe that for sure. And as someone who's been in a similar position before, it is not, it's where I enjoy it. I have fun when I do it, so I'm not gonna say that it's not worth doing or anything like that, but it's weird because the GPU on the Steam Deck isn't bad. It plays Cyberpunk at 60 FPS on low graphics. I will say, it's both. It is definitely both a GPU and a CPU thing, but like, I think I don't want to like. My understanding of the Steam Deck is that its hardware is quite good compared to laptops, which is fine. It's a mobile device. That's what it's competing with. I think I fucked this up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, it's definitely too long. Give me a moment. I'm gonna be a little bit of a perfectionist whore. Hope you don't mind. Yeah, let me just kind of move it. Like, I want it to be aligned with that 1942, 1942. And then just do this. Wait till those. Perfect. There we go. It feels much better. Is it just me? Oh, I'm a genius. I kind of just snapped that into place. It's not 1000% perfect, but it's better. It's good enough. Whatever. I'm sure most people can't even fucking tell. I can tell because it's like the thing I look at the most on the screen, other than chat. But yeah, compared to laptops, it has good specs and stuff. But editing videos, and especially fucking like, what's it called? Rendering videos once you're done with the project. God, on my laptop, it used to take like 4 fucking hours to render like a 30-minute video. That shit really burned me out on wanting to do it. Now, my computer renders, like, if I want to make like a simple edit on one of these VODs, it'll take like 15 minutes to render down like a 3-hour VOD, which that's pretty damn chippy. If I say so myself, that's pretty damn stellar. Oh, also, by the way, in case you're wondering about the time, it is I had to change my system clock up an hour to get the Marills to spawn because I started early. So it's currently, I have to remember it as well, so I'm telling myself more so than I'm telling y'all. It is 7:50, not 8:50. And when that flips over, I'm gonna maybe reset the emulator. And well, yeah, actually, yeah, I have to reset it anyway, so we'll just do that. I'll change the system. I'll change my computer's clock when it becomes late enough to shiny hunt the Marills, and then it'll get updated the next time I reset the game. Oh man, speaking of Marills, I can't fucking believe it. One of the other things we did yesterday is I have set up a little bit of a Minecraft server. Server is a strong word. I just basically made an Essentials mod pack. So I have that saved on my Discord channel. I don't know if I'll probably have to update the share link every 7 days. I don't know if I'll do it every 7 days. I think I might do it as needed kind of thing. But that was an experiment because I didn't know how well that was going to run or not. And it went really well. And just with 2 guys, we ended up being able to split up like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blocks away without bothering either's performance other than maybe 1 or 2 like lag spikes. But it was never really that bad. It's a pretty like shallow mod pack. It's mostly vanilla. I threw in Cobblemons, clearly. I threw in a couple packs from the RPG series. So there's some special weapons, some special armor, some special like magic systems, some RPG leveling systems and upgrades for your character kind of stuff. Point is, one of those things I wanted to do before I ended that stream was I wanted to find an Azumarill for my Cobblemon team. And it came to about 2 hours-ish of playing, and I went, all right, it's time. I'm just going to start searching for the Azumarill, and then we're going to move on from this after that. It took like another 2 hours. It really did. I don't get it. I don't know why. Every other freaking Pokemon game you play, there's like a very abundant resource of Azumarills. In this fucking game, no. He's like a rare spawn or some shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. Personally, I don't understand it. But that's my goat. That's my guy. We, after a lot of time, and a couple instances where I thought I was going to die, but we clutched up like the gamer we are. Anyway, we got this shit figured out. But, whew, boy, oh boy. That was quite the doozy. That was quite the mission. I definitely didn't expect it to take nearly that long. That was quite. I was doing my my thing because like when I play multiplayer games and I get angry, it is a different kind of angry than I get when I'm playing a single player game and getting angry. What it really comes down to is that I'm funnier when I'm mad at a single player game. When that anger isn't pointed towards a another human being, it's a little funnier when I'm just mad screaming at the world. And not just because I'm being mean to another human being, but like my brain cues itself up to say funnier things, I guess, which is how I've been all my life. Is that like I know, like I've talked about it before on stream, but like I know I'm funnier when I'm angry. So when it comes to moments like that, I kind of just let it flow. So that's what happened while hunting Azumarill. That's what happened during Pokemon Conquest. That's how that shit went down. So I don't mind doing that. I don't want to play like actually rage games, probably. That's so passe. It's so old school. But like games that kind of just that light the fire in me, I kind of go off on a riff. It's kind of funny. Hey guys, if you're new here, my phone just died. Don't worry, you'll get used to me saying that. That's I call it like pulling the string. So like if you have a thing that you always say, like me, it's Azumarill's the best Pokemon of all time, or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the... If you ever watch any anime in your life, it should be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I call it pulling the string. It's like on the Woody doll when you pull the string and he's got like 6 things that he says. Which, by the way, that's a bit I stole from Coney. Shoutouts to Coney. Is pulling the string. And Gecko, that's your string, is, hey, my phone died. So, like, I don't know if I've ever pressed you on this. Can you explain why you don't have your phone plugged in during these times? Do you like chill out in a place where it's uncomfortable to plug your phone in? Or have you literally just forgotten like every single time? You know what the funny thing is? It especially happens during shiny hunts. So if I had to soul read you, it's that when I do shiny hunting, whatever you do while I'm on in the background is away from my phone charger. It happens sometimes. It happened while we were playing Minecraft yesterday, but I feel like it happens a lot more often when I'm shiny hunting. You have forgotten every single time. So you were in a place, like you're close enough to your charger to plug it in. And we haven't made that neuron bridge in your brain that like, oh, Christopher shiny hunting, let me plug my phone in. We haven't made that neural connection yet. It's happened a lot, man. It's been like 50 times. It's happened a lot. Not yet. We're working on it. We'll get there, man. Don't worry. It'll get reinforced at some point. Need more character development. Yeah. Well, I'm helping you, man. We'll figure it out. Now I need to form a neural bridge for you. Like when I start shiny hunting, I need to go, does Gecko have his phone plugged in? Like I need to form that bridge as well, so we can work together and solve crime as a duo here. We'll get this shit done together. Oh yeah, I'm still labeled as playing Hytale. Let me change that real quick. I saw a Twitch viewer go in and go out, and like, oh, maybe he thought I was playing Hytale still. That's cringe. That's cringe for him to show up, and I'm not playing the game I say I'm playing. So let's do that. There we go. Sorry, random Twitch viewer who wanted to watch me play Hytale. You missed that part of the stream. It also said Hytale while I was playing Unite. I really should be getting a notification like, hey, we've noticed the game you're playing doesn't match what you said you're playing. Would you like to make that change? Would you like to change the title? Would you like to change the category of your stream? And maybe it does somewhere, but I don't know. You know, with all the AI going on and doing all kinds of crazy shit, you know, at some point, maybe some of it should be helpful to the consumer. Oh, you've got one of those fucked up phone batteries? Damn. Yeah. That means your phone battery is like on its last legs. I fortunately have never had to deal with a battery getting like that, but I have been around people who do, and it's like, I don't know how you live. Like, how do you... Like, that's another, like, neural network of the brain that I don't have formed. Like, oh, my phone's at, like, 20%. It's at 0. Like, I don't have that connection made. Oof, man. God, I've been wearing those hot-ass slippers all stream, man. Why'd I do that to my poor feet? Let them dogs breathe. All right, let's, so now it's time. Let me go ahead and switch my time zone back. Oh my God, it automatically set my time zone. Oh wow, I wanted to auto set my time back, and it set it to fucking 9 o'clock. My computer really thinks I'm in Brazil right now. Oh, do I accept that changes? Yes, I do. I am on North America and Canada time right now. Yes, that's correct. We had some feet reveal in a few streams. Yeah, I've had the dogs distantly on camera before. I've walked barefoot in and out of the stream room. That's not a big deal. On the topic of my feet, though, I think I have like a cut on my left heel, like at the base of my heel. I just thought my feet were hurting because I'm out of shape and fat. And then I took one of my Crocs off and I saw it was like there was like a circle stain of blood where my heel is. I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened here? Because it really doesn't feel like a cut at all. You know what it feels like? It feels like, you ever had a splinter before? Oh, you ever had like a completely normal thing that happens to like most people in their lives? You ever like touched a piece of paper? You ever like had a glass of water? But yeah, like you know that feeling you get when you like tap on a splinter instead of like pulling it out? My foot felt like that. It feels more like an ache or like a bone kind of pain. So I had never even noticed that my foot was like open, you know? Also, Sintel, welcome back. Yeah, you've had water before? Speaking of, let me get some. I've been ignoring all of Nightbot's messages that tell me I need to drink water. I've just been letting them shits roll by, not even addressing it. Whew, that's nice. Oh, that's good. We talk about the time you had a leg injury that you didn't notice. Well, I currently have a foot injury that I noticed it. I knew my foot was hurting, but then I noticed that like I took off my Croc one time and it fucking had like there was like a little tiny blood stain in my Croc and I was like, oh, how'd that happen? And I checked my foot and it looks like there's like it's a tiny like pinprick sized hole. Like the kind of pinprick that like, you ever heard about those people who got assassinated by like those umbrellas that have like a little pin that shoots out the front of them? Like the KGB had a umbrella and they'd fucking like shoot a dart and it would kill someone in like 3 days or whatever the fuck. I had one of those at the bottom of my foot. So it's been longer. I've been feeling that pain for longer than 3 days. It's been like a week, maybe more. So it's definitely not like, you know, I'm definitely not poisoned. Yeah, the KGB's definitely not after me. And if they are, they need to try a little harder. Apparently my hereditary connection to diabetes means that my foot is no longer connected to my body. So if they want to poison me at the bottom of my foot, they might want to find a different route. That's on them though. They'll figure it out. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Yeah, you did talk about reading the FMA manga today. I know it's kind of redundant, but I watched Brotherhood. Because I watched Brotherhood. Hey, like I said, you are hyper-fixated. This is the thing that your brain has connected to and latched onto. You should let yourself cook with the things that you enjoy. Now, the problem I run into is that I spend too much, like, chunks of time. Like, my hyperfixation will, I don't know, maybe, like, upwards of 8 hours a day for 2 days in a row. Wonder what I'm hyperfixated on right now. Jesse, we have to cook. I said let him cook. I don't know, there's some really shitty meme I'm cooking in my head. It's like, what's the nerdy other chemist? I don't know, there's some joke there about him telling Chicken Man let him cook. That you should hire Walter White. I can cook water, is that good enough? Oh my fucking god, did y'all see the thing I posted in media this morning? Like at 1 a.m.? Oh my god, I watched a fucking video. Gecko, it's always your chat messages that break on this display. I'm blaming you. Anyway, I sent in a video on my Discord. I was in fucking tears. It's like an edit of a Discord chat log where somebody was asking like the proper way to cook ramen. It's very funny. It's very funny. It's very funny. I'll starve before I get my degree. Oh, I see. No, that's Sintel's message. You're gonna have to learn how to cook before you go to college. Yeah, Sintel, you saw that video? Oh my fucking god. I was in tears. I'm up at like 1:30 a.m. and for reference, I'm a grown man still living with his parents. I know. Humiliation ritual incoming, but my room is like, it's my room, my closet, and then the wall, and then my dad's bedroom. So he can hear me very well, which explains why he always comes in here and tells me to shut up. But, oh my god, I'm in my room at 1:30 in the morning trying not to fucking bust out laughing to that video. I would say my way of making noodles is better. Oh, it's close, man. It's close. Cause like, clearly that guy is rage baiting everybody and it's working. You are like killing the soul. You know what I mean? It's like you have yeah. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, yeah. At least your noodles are cooked. That's correct. You know what? I'll give it up. That's a fair point. At least you cooked the noodles. Don't spoil my lore. Dude, I wonder if there is a way to eat that packet of ramen without actually cooking the noodles. Is there like some way to like season it or like something? Maybe you throw on some like hot sauce or even like, I don't know, something crazy. Like you make it like sour, you coat it in sour cream and make it sort of like a sour cream chip or something. Eating it crunchy is a normal snack. Okay, so now I'm on the right track. So there is a way to do what I'm talking about. Or maybe you're bullshitting me. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't crunchy like this guy made it. As raw and like crunchy is different. Like under or overcooking it is one thing, but not cooking it at all is a different beast entirely. I'm so sorry. This song has come on 4 fucking times today. I have to skip it. For the sake of not hating that song later, I have to skip it now. In the short term, I know that hurts people's feelings, but we really have been hearing that song a lot today. Alright, one at a time. Sintel seems like it's faster, so I'm gonna go with his first. Sometimes we want a snack but don't have anything else. Me and my sis will break up the noodles, put the seasoning in, and mix it in the bag. Ah, okay. So, like, you mean break it up, like, into a bunch of little pieces? So it's kind of like chips. That's cool. I get that. I'm shocked the seasoning sticks to the raw noodle so well. That's what I was worried about. I figured it would kind of just fall in the cracks and then fall out the bottom or something. But if it stays, like, with the thing, then, yeah, fair play. Remember when I told you I cried at the end of Brotherhood? I do remember that. That show is, yeah. Those last 2 episodes are very emotionally overwhelming. I get it. Oh my god. When chat, oh, I so see it now. It's fucking Sintel's fault. I don't actually care. But whenever you at somebody that the Caster Labs breaks because I'm hosting it through YouTube and through Twitch, and YouTube doesn't know how to handle ats, I guess. Guys don't cry. Who said I was a guy? Ooh, slap back, snap back, got his ass. Boofed his loud. right in front of his mama. God damn. I was watching a stand-up comedian. He was talking about some guy. The comedian was like, fuck this certain part of New York. And he got someone messaging him back like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna smoke your dad or something. Or he said something along those lines. And apparently what he meant was, I'm gonna buy weed, I'm gonna roll a blunt, and I'm gonna smoke it thinking about smoking your father's ashes. It's like, what the fuck do you, what? Is that a normal thing people do? Like, that's, maybe I'm not enough of a stoner, I don't know. That seems a little bit outside my understanding of weed. There are no girls on the internet, only guys pretending to be girls. Only guys or guys pretending to be girls. I will say, in this chat, that's like 90% true. The other 10% of the time is when Annie wants to come in here and say the most egregiously unhinged shit on the planet. Other than that, yeah, this is pretty much a sausage fest for sure. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything about it. Not so much as like oh, that's not a problem. I don't need female representation, but like kind of in line with everything else that I do, I'm not super interested in like optimizing my channel in any ways, you know what I mean? How unhinged are we talking? I mean, dear God, that person gets chat messages auto-blocked by Twitch more often than not. I would say it's like 60% of their messages aren't getting through the pipelines. At least what she wants to say. The first time she came here into chat, she talked about wanting to have sex with Orisa. So there's your baseline. That's my first impression of this person. There's your baseline. I'm sure she'd be willing to correct me on how specific and detailed and graphic she meant when she talked about it, but that's my first impression. The robot, yes, the robot horse from Overwatch. I didn't stutter. Orisa. It wasn't the last episode that got to you. It was when Hohenheim... Yeah. Yeah, that was a... Yeah. Like I said, the last chunk of that show is very emotional in a lot of different ways. The stuff that happens to Alphonse, the stuff that happens to Ed, the stuff that happens in the final fight, the big characters that die, don't die, XYZ in that part of the show. It's a very, emotionally turbulent part of the show. And you really kind of don't know where it's going to go, and it just keeps punching you. So I get it. Of all the people to goon over, look, hey, you're telling me, you asked me, okay? You hopped into this shed. Don't act like you hate the splinters. You hopped in the dilapidated shed. You asked me. I don't got answers for you. I don't got answers for you. Oh, yeah. They're in the Discord server if you want to fucking press them on that. I don't mind that. As long as you're not, like, actually actively bullying them, have at it. What a crazy moment for Andy to just roll in chat like the fucking, like, the Predator fucking, you see Andy's name in chat. Yeah. That's fair. That's a good point. I like how I bully Seabass. So true. I kind of operate on trying my best to match the energy of the other person. Like sometimes, like a good example is with Annie. That's a hard energy to match. I don't attempt to match that energy, but like I do try to match the vibes of whatever the other person who's with me is bringing. So like if someone's poking fun and digging into my skin, I will take it on the chin and go like, okay, I got there. So if I got something to clap back with them later, I can throw them at that. Because if they're fine doing it to me, they gotta be fine with me doing it to them. But if someone's bringing like wholesomeness and niceness, like Tiki, I wouldn't say a goddamn word to Tiki. That is a pure soul. Tiki is an unblemished soul, taking the first, like, heaven forbid when we all die, Tiki is getting like an express lift to heaven, as far as I know from their interaction on this channel. Like I said, I don't actually know how people are in real life compared to how they act on stream, but like that is the most wholesome person who's ever been in this chat. It's I don't actually know their full username off the top of my head, but it's Tiki something or other. They're subscribed on my YouTube. I'll go look at that real quick. Actually, I don't know if I can look at my subscriber list. I don't know how that works actually. Oh my god, Kingsman made another fucking 30-minute video. No fucking shot. I gotta watch something later. Hold on. I just saw a mod for Cobblemon. A recommended video for Cobblemon just showed up on my stream. When I fucking find that goddamn video, if that fucking releases, we're adding that to our server. I'm sorry, we'll have to remake it. But yeah, I could not find my subscriber list anywhere. Point is, he comes by very briefly every now and then. It's just a very brightening presence. It's very happy when Tiki's here. He brings very wholesome, happy energy. Just a love for life kind of thing. Again, that's how I read the messages he sends. Not making a judgment call on who he is as a person, because you can't do that for anyone doing anything. Like, for all we know, everything that Annie says is completely untrue. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, oh, Andy's a disgusting person, or this, that. I don't want to make any kind of statements about anything, because we just don't know. Like, oh, Andy's so gross for liking Orisa. That could be a lie. Who fucking knows, man? We're on the internet just talking shit. For all we know, Sintel doesn't even know who I am, right? So I kind of like, who are you people? So like I said, I just take what people say at their face value, but I also try to not like, you know what I mean? There's certain exceptions, I think, for example, Gecko, I mean, I genuinely can't think of a time you have missed a stream since you showed up here first. So I think that's a little different. I think you and I we're very forthright and upfront. And I'm forthright and upfront with everything I do here. But I think that's enough time has passed that we've crossed the bounds of random internet strangers and we're now internet friends. Which I feel about a lot of other people as well, but you know what I mean. You get it. You get the point. But like I said, with like Pop and Annie and all that, like recently, because Pop is in, well, I don't know. I've been seeing kind of a lighter side of Pop lately. That's what I said. Like everything he does in the stream prior to, might not be who he is. Sometimes the facade falls and cracks form. I don't know, I'm rambling. Point is, you can't take anything people say on the internet at face value. So what I do instead is I take what people say on the internet at face value, but then know that it doesn't need to go all the way down to the like depths of someone's being. Does that make any sense? Have I talked so much that I've lost the plot? He's no longer bringing baby oil. That's very true. And I've not seen, matter of fact, the most recent baby oil sanitizer incident was from you, Gecko. So, seems to be a part of Pop's persona he's shed. But yeah. Point is, I'm here being me. You guys can come here and be whatever the hell you want, as long as it's not grossly offensive. He knocked some sense into him. You know what? I think I'm gonna take credit for that a little bit at least, because I was like, if I'm gonna make you a mod, you cannot be spamming shit in chat anymore. And the most I've ever seen it is like he will type one message one time, and then his second message is times 1,000 or something. So it has the spirit of the spam without being annoying. I try not to go over the line, but I'll get close. Hey, like I said, like I said, Sintel, the shit you have said hasn't come as nowhere near as off-putting as the kind of things Andy says, and I'm fine with the things Andy says, right? I almost missed the spamming pop. Yeah. I don't know if you were here for it, Gecko. I think you were here for it, Gecko, but like I was wondering what I wanted to do. I'm telling this for the VOD and for Sintel as well. I was wondering, like, what the hell do I want to do? I just finished playing Hytale with Weary. I wasn't quite ready to do some shiny hunting. I was like, what do I want to do? Maybe I want to play this game. Maybe, what if I downloaded some new games? Find something free to play or something? What if I played Unite? And as those words are coming out of my mouth, for the first time in my 3.5 hour stream, Pop says sup. As the, like, before the word Unite comes out of my mouth, Pop says sup in chat, and I'm like, I guess I'm playing Unite. That's a fucking omen. And then I played Unite, and I won all 3 of the games that I played. Like, other than the middle one, other than, like, the mid game of the second one being kind of scary, all 3 of the games were, like, wonderful. That was quite the experience. So if I ever think about playing Unite and Pop shows up while I'm thinking about it, I'm fucking playing Unite. Figured that shit out. I would have played with him, but he's currently in... Did he say he was in Vietnam? Did he say he was in the Philippines? I think he said he was in Vietnam for something with his family for a while. So our ping would have been fucked one way or the other. Either I would have been playing really behind on ping, or he would have been playing really behind on ping, and that would not have been good. I swear he said China. I am like 90% certain he didn't say China. Unless he said Taiwan. I don't think he said China. I don't know, though. Tet is in 2 weeks, so that makes sense. Is that a... I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is that like a holiday or something? I don't know if that's it. Oh, Vietnamese New Year's. Ah, okay. That'd be interesting. He did say he was going away for like a while. So it kind of lines up that maybe he spent like the whole month before New Year's with his family. Huh. That would make sense. My poor thumb on this hand, it's kind of like I would naturally want my thumb to be a little closer to the rest of my fingers, but because I have it wrapped, it's being held a little bit further away. And after having been playing around for like 2 days, for 8 hours a day, 2 days in a row, my little thumb is like, ah! Like the wound isn't hurting, the bone is aching. My hand is fine. The wound is like not bothering me, but like the actual muscle that's there is like being strained because I'm holding it out like this all the time, and then I'm also moving that muscle to click the space bar and set myself on the keyboard and stuff. My hand is fine. It's definitely looking a lot better. The injury is definitely looking better. Hopefully that little bit of skin is ready to get pulled off in a couple days, and then I can really cleanly just not think about it. Keep that shit covered for a couple days after that. Let the scab form, and then just don't fucking itch the scab. Don't itch the scab. Don't itch the scab. That'll be my life for the next like 2 weeks after that. I don't know what the next anime is going to be. I have a lot on my list. I don't think I want to add to that list. Toss a couple of the things on that list at me, and I will, if you want to, again. But maybe I can steer you in a direction that I know would be good. Oh, that's so true. I forgot you fucking love Parasite. You know what? This will be the last repel before I reset. And I need to get more of it, but I have not watched the Parasite anime, but where is it? it down here somewhere? Up here somewhere? I've read a bit of the Parasite manga, the first couple volumes of it. It's somewhere on my shelf. I'm not gonna look for it. But that shit is good. It's been a while. It's been a while since I watched that, so I need to get back into that. But all right, let's see. Attack on Titan, Dan, Black Clover, Sailor Moon. Probably more. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know literally anything about Sailor Moon. I remember reading it in high school. I recommend it to our friend group. Yeah, you've mentioned it to me a couple times. I think that might be why I ended up getting the first couple volumes. That shit is pretty good. That shit's good. I probably need to get back into it, but there's so many things I need to get back into. It's hard to manage, especially when I don't fucking do it on my own time. Let's see. If I had to, if you want it from my opinion, I think the best of the other three is Dan. Now that is marred by my opinion of like, I like anime that are fun. I like anime that can be funny. I like anime that are a little less serious. Not that I don't like serious animes, but like, there's a level of seriousness in Attack on Titan that's a little more macabre than the seriousness in Fullmetal Alchemist. Like, those motherfuckers can't even, like those motherfuckers can't even breathe without worrying about the fucking Titans. Whereas there's moments of reprieve in, like, Fullmetal Alchemist. So I lean towards the, like, the brevity of TV shows, but I will say Attack on Titan is one of the like highest rated animes of all time for a reason. And I am not the dissenting opinion on this one. It is quite the common opinion. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say anything. Point is, Attack on Titan is very good. Attack on Titan is very good. And I think you would not go wrong watching that show. But personally, especially now that there's a second season out for it, Dan is quite fucking peak. That is, I think that's my like highest recommended anime if someone wants to watch comedy. Like if someone wants to watch a funny anime, it's I would give them Dan. Now, it's kind of hard to pass that along to everybody because it's very Japanese. Let's put it that way. It's a very Japanese show. And I'm not talking about like, and I'm not necessarily even talking about like sexualizing minors or anything. It does actually a pretty good job of not doing that, but it is Japanese zany, Japanese weird, Japanese horny-ish kind of things. I mean, in the first episode, it's clear that the aliens want to like procreate. I mean, fuck it. For God's sakes, the first episode is that a kid gets his balls stolen by like a 300-year-old ghost. Balls stolen. Yeah, exactly. But like the thing is like, at least for me, it never read as the usual like, oh, this is Japan being horny for what Westerners consider minors. For me, the way Dan did it always kind of felt like, oh, these fucking guys are weird. Which they're aliens, so fair enough, but like, oh shit, oh god. It felt more like societal commentary than Japanese goonery. I think that's the way I'll put it. But yeah, like if that's perturbing, then fair enough. It is kind of a hard sell. Like I don't, like, for example, I don't know if I can get my sister to watch that show because it does do the weird Japanese stuff that she doesn't like to see in those shows. One of her favorite animes is Soul Eater, and she almost put that shit down because of the first episode where the cat turns into like a smoking hot woman with her tits out and everything. But she pressed on and watched the whole thing. But yeah, I can see why that might be off-putting. But if you can get past that, I'm telling you, the show's very funny. AOT is a modern epic. On the shoulders of Lord of the Rings, Dune, and the Iliad. I mean, I want to be clear what I'm thinking here. I'm leaning towards saying yes, right? That feels like such a ridiculous, oh, you're just a weeaboo XYZ kind of thing to say, but I'm thinking about it. Kinda. a little bit. I don't think, if you're gonna rank every epic through human history on like a top 10 list, I don't know if Attack on Titan is in a top 10 of all epics of all time, but I think it makes like a top 20. That feels right to me. Yeah, that feels right to me. I mean, if we're talking about like not just like generation defining stories, but I mean like societal defining stories, I think Attack on Titan works in that regard. I think it does. I mean, it's, yeah, you know what I mean? I think it's up there. I do. I haven't really thought about it like that. I might respect Attack on Titan a lot more with that in mind. Because I'm also trying to think about like other shows and stories that could reach that level. And what's honestly keeping me away from saying stuff like that is Attack on Titan's length. Cause like, my instinct is to say like, oh wow, like Naruto or Dragon Ball, these shows that are like more culturally defining and all this other stuff. But like, there's like, especially Dragon Ball. Let's focus on the Dragon Ball part, because I think that's a lot more palatable for people than me saying Naruto is a piece of human history. I know that opinions on Naruto aren't that grand. But like Dragon Ball, for example, is so fucking big. Even just like the base, as little as you can digest to get the whole story of Dragon Ball, there's so much. I almost want to say Evangelion's in the same bucket as well, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. Evangelion. Oh. I want to say Evangelion too, but now we're getting into the realm of like, well, how many anime are gonna be in this? Or are you just wanking anime? Or are you just being a weeaboo? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to oh, I'm opening the wrong emulator. Don't mind me. No. Keep that pinned to my taskbar, please. Okay. Whoops. No, I don't want to play Pokemon Conquest. Stop it. No. Anyway, but like the thing for me about Attack on Titan is that it's brief enough that like it's not gonna take you fucking years and years and years to watch Attack on Titan. If you really dedicate yourself to it, you can absorb everything about the whole world in like a couple months. And that's not assuming that you can binge watch an anime in 3 weeks. Like it's about what? Because the last part of it drags on a little long, but what, in total it's about 100-ish episodes? I watched the first 100 episodes of One Piece in a fucking in a week and a half. Like, I'm trying to make like, because like the One Piece is another great example of like, oh, a show you can consider like a modern epic that stands on the shoulders of something like Lord of the Rings. It's too big. It's too much. There's too much story for it to be up there like that. It can take an average of 3 months for the normal viewer. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say, if I watch Dan and you have to watch Fruits Basket, oh my god. You know what? Oh god. I will meet you in the middle, Gecko. Because somebody who actually likes Fruits Basket is my sister. So I will ask my sister how she genuinely feels about Fruits Basket, and I'll come back and let you know. Because I think that was like her introduction to anime, and if it's good enough to keep her around, then fine. Interesting. I'm gonna move on from the topic of epics and stuff. I think I've made any kind of point that I'm gonna make. Anything else I do is just gonna be me rambling nonsense. So I'm gonna move on a little bit. My introduction to anime, well, if we're being black and white about it, it's Naruto. But I think, like, if I really wanted to talk about the first time I was like, okay, this is not just cartoon characters. This is not just some Cartoon Network thing I'm watching with my brother. This is Japanese. This is anime. This is something specific I'm seeking out. I think the first time I did that, oh god, there might be another answer. There's like there's a good answer and there's a bad answer. The bad answer is Rosario Vampire, which, you know, can I be honest? I used to have a big Shonen Jump book that had a bunch of manga in it. It had the first volume of Bleach in it. It had the first couple chapters of these other stories, and one of the things it had was Rosario Vampire. And then I think one day I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And I don't actually know if I watched that before or after this other one. I'm hoping it's after, because I would love if instead of my anime career starting off with fucking Rosario Vampire, I would really prefer if my career started with The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Because that show is infinitely better than Rosario Vampire. Oh, man. Oh, except for the fucking... If you know the show, you know the fucking... That one part of the show. You know, I don't have to say anything else. You know. You fucking know what I'm talking about. I can't believe there was a time where Bleach fans were praying for a revival. Of course there were, dude. They fucking stopped making the show before the story ended. Of fucking course. Have they finished the story now? Because I know the manga finished. I know the manga is done. I know whatever I don't want to spoil it, but like there's things that happened at the very end of that story that I know about. So I know how it goes. I know it's over, but has the anime caught up to that? I don't know. But yeah, of course they wanted their show revived. You imagine fucking if Attack on Titan didn't have its last season? They killed the bad guy at the end. Yeah. But like, yeah, if Attack on Titan didn't have its last season come out, everyone would be like, fucking, no. You bring this show back right now. You know what sucks? I don't think anyone's going to do that for One Punch Man. I don't think anyone's going to do it for One Punch Man. After what happened, it was rough. No, there was a big gap. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there was a very big gap when they were changing studios and stuff. I've seen screenshots of Soul Eater, and I like the art style. I rank Soul Eater very highly. Funny enough, just like Full Metal Alchemist, it's another Square Enix anime. So it's honestly, those two, I don't know anything else but Square Enix anime. I know those two are really good. Oh no. Oh no. The One Punch Man Season 3 Part 2 has a poster that's just a flip PNG. Oh god. We gotta weather the storm. We must stay focused, brothers. Please, I don't care if literally every single episode, I don't care if they all suck. I don't care if they all look like they were animated by 15-year-olds. As long as the Saitama Garu fight is done with justice. as fucking long as they do that part right, I can forgive them. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I can literally forgive them for anything else. Everything else about it, I can forgive them. If they get this fucking Saitama Garo fight, they put money, they get Sakugas, they fucking do this shit right, then I'm okay with it. But if it's obviously like, you know, just animated like the rest of the show, or if it's clear they're continuing to use AI to help their, even if it looks good, but it's obvious they're using AI, I'm gonna be really, really disappointed. Cause like, it's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal. That's what I'm saying. Like, what if, like, just imagine a world where, like, every episode of Season 3 Part 2 is absolute fucking trash, and then specifically the Saitama Garu fight looks like peak One Piece animation. Can you fucking imagine? That would be insane! Or fucking, even if it looked like One Punch Man Season 1, that would be the craziest fucking thing! I would forgive them! And then immediately after the fight is over, they go back to the trash dog shit animation. Honestly, I might respect them more than if they just made everything right. Because it's clear they're working with a lot of problems, but they still managed to do the real meat and potatoes of the show right. The real part that mattered, they step up and did what they needed to do, despite the time constraints and everything else. I would have way more respect for them if they did that, honestly. I would love it if they did that. That would actually make me very happy. But, you know, who's to say? Who's to say? I won't go wishing for it, but if it happens, that would be fucking peak. Oh, One Punch Man was definitely using AI. Oh, no, that's not... They're not accusations. It's very obvious they were doing AI. It's very obvious, like, hand things and stuff that were going on. And my understanding of the situation, I've talked about it on stream a couple times, I'll do it again very briefly, is that when you say, I am an animator, I'm going to spend... Well, let me back up a little bit. Animators work on very large timetables. So like they'll plan their like schedule for life for like 2 years ahead of the current day. So an animator would be like, I'm here on this project for the next 8 months. After 8 months, I am contractually obligated to go animate for a different studio on a different project. I literally cannot stay here longer than I am allowed to make sure this project comes out right. I have to go. And so a lot of animation studios run into a lot of problems with that. And One Punch Man Season 3's director made the decision of, we are going to finish the product no matter how sloppy it comes out. So credit where credit's due. I have to kind of respect them for the direction they've taken. But with that in mind, can you imagine if part of that plan is to make sure the Garu fight is fucking perfect? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Like, part of that plan is to spend like 7 months, like let's say they all had 8 months to be there or whatever the time scale is. I'm just making one up. They spend 7 months on the Garu fight and then 1 month on the rest of the show. I'd be like, dude, you know what? Y'all fucking killed it, actually. You know what? Y'all did it. Someone mentioned Blue Exorcist in a Discord server. Not mine, a different one. Interesting. That, how do I put it? It's good. I've never watched it, so I can't give it a really glowing review. But people think quite highly of it. It's kind of old. It's like my generation of anime. It's like 2000, mid 2000s, kind of 2012-ish era. Didn't it have to get like revived or something? Didn't they stop making it and then revive it or something? Regardless, I've heard good things about it. Hello, Pop. Welcome back. Hey, Unite games went good. Hey, God bless you bringing the good Unite energy to me. I needed it. We had 3 stellar games. I don't know if you were there for all of them, but Game 1 went really well with the Sylveon. You were there for that one. Game 2 with the Blissey was rough in the middle, but we pulled it out at the end and won it. In a small part because I united a Meowth with my Blissey. Oh, you saw all of them. Dude, I can't fucking believe I got first pick in a game where I got to pick Blastoise. And then we had to quit that game because we had a lever. And then and then I go into the next game and they don't ban Blastoise. And our teammate picks first, or they pick first, they don't pick Blastoise. And then I get to pick Blastoise in this. I can't fucking believe it. And then I played into 4 fucking attackers. Dog, that was something. Blue Exorcist isn't that old, really? Maybe it did come out in 2012. Let me look it up. '11. The original run of the original starting of Blue Exorcist was 2011. I assume that's not the manga because it's talking about it on IMDb. So yeah, that tracks. I was close. Early 2010s. This is a bit more specific. My bad. They picked the purple gremlin. Yeah. Being a new anime fan sucks because either people throw $5 trillion anime at your face, or you do it to yourself. Both sometimes in my situation. I see. There's an overabundance of shows to watch. Yeah. I think fucking. Oh no, it was the manga's author of Frieren was like, modern anime fucking sucks. You all suck at what y'all are doing, by the way. Obviously not like everyone, but like the anime industry is so inundated with like piss poor anime. Like just stuff that shouldn't be made. And I was like, damn, all right. Anyone else would have been ostracized for that, but you know what? You didn't even write a manga and your anime is great. So you know what? +2. We'll give it up. I'll give it up. Off topic, have you ever seen Red versus Blue? Oh yes. I remember there was a time where I watched, I don't know if it had everything, but I watched everything that was on Netflix of Red versus Blue. Yes, that's quite funny. Unfolded calzone, why would you eat that? Red versus Blue is very funny. That's a big our generation pull, Sintel. That's a big pull from our generation. I'm rewatching it. Season 10's the best. Okay. Because like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't know minute details about it. I will say broad strokes, very funny. And honestly, compelling story. Like off the top of my head, I remember the one part of the story where they found a way to slow some guy down. But it's like, hey, he's not actually slowed down. He's still moving with all the force. He's just moving at a slower rate of time. And like, what do you mean? And he's throwing a punch so they touch him and he flies across the room. I remember shit like that. It's salmon colored. It's not pink, it's salmon. Nah, that's I might have to rewatch classic Red versus Blue again. I remember the Evangelion creator saying that Japan should stop making anime for Western viewers. I think they kind of have. I don't know. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. Let me not say that. But like, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know what to make of that statement because I don't know what the creator of Evangelion considers Western anime. Like, what do they consider appealing to Western audiences? Like, do they want people to make fucking Ghibli movies and nothing else? Or, like, what's the angle there? I would like to follow up on that article and see what they say. One joke I still use sometimes when I'm correcting someone or someone corrects the shape. Fine. Triangle of confusion, rhombus of terror, parabola of mystery. Oh yeah. Is that when he fucking turns into the forge ball? Is that when that happens? Man, what a damn. It really was that era between that and Dragon Ball Z Abridged of like, yeah, we're gonna be funny, we're gonna be fucking stupid, we're gonna be independently made, and we're not gonna care too much. But you know, every now and then we're gonna do really fucking great things. Every now and then, like Red vs. Blue, every now and then we're gonna have fucking stellar fight animations. And then for Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you know, every now and then we're gonna fucking prove that we know and love Dragon Ball more than most people, and we know how to show that love and improve the product that we love. Really is. That's why our generation was the best. Technically, by age groups, it's the generation above us, but point still stands. You youngsters nowadays don't know how to make something funny and cool. All you know are your 6-7s and your Fortnite battle cards. Your $19 Fortnite cards. I want you to check if they're alive. I don't want you to check their cholesterol levels. Oh man, that's good. I think I double clicked there. Give me a moment. Oh, that's an old stream. Whoops. Nope. We did it. I did double click, but I also clicked the countdown button. I assume Rebuild is the Evangelion remakes. I don't know if I can watch Eva, where the story is completely different, even if it's not canon. I don't know, that would have happened if I watched the OG FMA before Brotherhood. I see. I'm very glad I got you to watch Brotherhood first. if you were not gonna watch, look, if you're not gonna watch both, you might watch both, but if you don't watch both, Brotherhood is a lot better than, in my opinion, a lot better than the original. And I'm not saying that like the typical person who's like hasn't watched both. I have watched both, and I do think the original is better than people say it is, but it's not better than Brotherhood. So I'm glad you watched Brotherhood. Oh, great heavens, I accidentally clicked a different button. Whoopsies. Go look at my blank game screen as I react to the shiny. Yeah, no one's falling for that shit. No one's falling for that shit. Yeah, right. What if? That'd be crazy. Oh, man. I don't know if it's a flaw in my character or not. Not really, no. Like I said, I don't think, as long as it is not bothering other people, I am of the current opinion that you do not need to worry about doing something that you like. Now, the second step of that I have some trouble with is one of those people you need to not bother is yourself. And so, like, for example, it's not gonna hurt anybody if you eat a cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna bother anybody. So I don't think you should worry about that kind of thing. Now, that's like the most bare level of like doing something you enjoy kind of thing. But like, if it's not making someone else upset, you should never worry about doing things that you like. The next step that I'm working on, or actually I'm on the next step, is like, one of those people that you need to not bother is yourself. That's like, oh, I don't know, drinking every night. Which, technically, drinking every night can cause problems for other people because it can, like, you know, you might do things that would bother other people. But like, let's go back to the burger examples. Having a fast food hamburger every night, that's not going to bother anybody. Might bother you and your health, right? You might want to take accountability for making sure your body stays alive. That's the problem. That's the part of this whole accepting the things that you like are not problematic to other people. I'm working on that because like I was on one side where I'm like, I can't do the things that I like. I can't do the things that I want to do. I've overcorrected. Now I'm like, I'm going to do the things that I like no matter what to my own body. To the detriment of my body, I'm going to do whatever I want. And we're working on that. We're working on that part. And then the final step of that would be to actually do things that do benefit you, going above. But point is, if it's like you don't want to watch the OG Full Metal Alchemist because you've already seen Brotherhood, whatever, don't worry about it. Don't be that person that says Brotherhood is better having not seen the original, but by all means, you do not have to watch the original. Do what you want. It's not going to hurt anybody. Look at this. Classic Marill philosophy. Sitting here talking about fucking nothing like I'm a goddamn Greek philosopher, pretending to be so wise and above my time. I swear, fucking shiny hunting pulls this shit out of me. Can you imagine? I don't know, for people who haven't watched the older stuff I did before I actually had viewers, can you fucking imagine what these shiny hunts were like before I had people to talk to? Oh, shit. Oh, man, when I'm riding up and down fucking Goldenrod City in Crystal, hatching eggs with no egg hatching modifiers. Holy fuck. That'd be crazy. Every person I talk to has seen the rebuilds, say it's objectively better, and I can't say anything I haven't seen them, but it's a crazy statement. As someone who hasn't seen the rebuilds, I don't know. But colloquially speaking, just kind of off of like how I understand the internet to be, that does seem like a ludicrous statement. Not so much in this idea of like, well, obviously they're wrong and stupid or whatever, but because I'm sitting here thinking about it, like, ain't no way. People love the original. Like, love the original. I feel like I would have heard a lot more about Rebuild if that were true. Does that make sense? Because I can't operate off of my own personal opinion. I can't say that's not true, that's bullshit. But I can sit here and go, I've never heard anything about rebuilds. I haven't heard anything about any of them. I haven't heard people recommending them. I haven't heard moments they like in the show. I haven't had any of them spoiled. And that seems, and obviously I'm not like hyper connected to the anime world anymore, but I feel like I would have heard it somewhere at some point, somehow, that it doesn't pass the sniff test for me. But like I said, I can't operate off of my own knowledge. I have to operate off of inferences based on what people talk about. Cause like, you know what I mean? Like, cause nowadays, like you hear a lot of people talk about how much better One Piece is than it used to be back in like the OG days. And whether I have a different opinion about that or not, because I hear a lot of people talking about it, I have to be like, well, yeah, maybe. I might have a different opinion, but you know, I think people really like the new stuff that's coming out in One Piece. When I don't hear anything about a show, that rings hyper niche. So in a general sense, I would assume that it's the people who really, really, really like Neon Genesis getting more content and enjoying the fact that they're getting new, more thing, more so than the actual product being really high quality. Not to say it's not high quality, but on the level of the original Evangelion, that's a hard sell. That doesn't pass the sniff test for me. Yeah, baffling is a great way to put it. That seems that just doesn't feel right. It feels like we're trying to force the square peg into the triangle hole, when we all know that the triangle peg goes in the square hole. And so does the oval, does the semicircle, and of course the square. But like, that just seems like a stretch. Again, probably good stuff, especially if you like the original product. That's what it's saying to me, is like, if you like the original NGE like a ton, then you'll probably find rebuilds really good. But as someone who is like, that's a great anime, that's a groundbreaking anime, I don't care about it that much. Like years after I watched it. But that was a fantastic fucking anime. I'm probably not going to get anything out of rebuilds. You know what I mean? I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much. It's almost like, and it's probably not to the same level, but there's a thing called Dragon Ball Heroes, which is like based on it's I'm not going to get into all the details about it, but like they do a lot of like quote unquote cool things. Like, it's non-canon stories where multi-dimension versions of Goku and Vegeta are meeting up, and like all this other time travel bullshit, and it's like, whoa, this character's like this much stronger than this character, and Goku and Vegeta fuse to beat them, and that makes them this strong. It seems like something where people who really like that part of Dragon Ball are gonna get something out of Heroes, but people like me are really not gonna enjoy it that much. Now again, it's not to that level because Dragon Ball Heroes is kind of slop, and I imagine that Rebuilds is not slop, but it's that same vibe of like, it's probably not to the same level as the original, but it's probably enjoyable for people who really like it. That's where I'm at it. I wouldn't even say underdog. It's more just like the new kid on the block trying to be what was cool 15 years ago. Man, how long have we been doing this? Hour and a half? Dang. My stamina for these shiny hunts are going down. I can't blame myself that much for it, though. I am hungry. I blame my lack of, what does Northern Lion call it? Oh, there's a type of chemical. Not cholesterol, not calories. There's something, when you get food, it activates parts of your brain. It's a chemical that lets your brain function at high capacity. If someone says that word in chat, I'll get it, but I don't imagine we'll find it. I don't think any of, well, I'm definitely not smart enough to find it. I imagine y'all might be, but I'm not smart enough to shiny hunt and look for it. I love NGE, but I notice I'm not really talking or even thinking about it as much. I've noticed that as well. And I think that's because it's a huge problem with recency bias. I mean, I don't know. I think like I said, not like I said, but like I know my truth on that kind of stuff is it's far less about recency bias and for me far more about hyperfixation. Like, just like you're doing with Brotherhood right now, when you watched Evangelion, you were enraptured by the world. You were on the edge of your seat for all the episodes. And once you were done, you sought out more and more and more things. You went to the internet to look for fan art. You changed profile pictures, started talking about the show a lot, wanting to find more and more information. You were hyper fixated on it. And I'm saying this specifically to you because I know you have, like, you've raised a lot of, like, self-confidence red flags for me. So I will say this, it's not, like, to your detriment in any capacity. As someone who also hyperfixates, there's, like, nothing wrong with it. but I recognize that you are experiencing that and looking at it and going, oh, maybe I just like things that I watched most recently. Kind of not really. For me, it reads like you're just hyperfixated. And once you've explored all the avenues of what that has to offer, or things that you want to explore in that avenue, you're like, all right, well, next thing. What does my brain want to latch onto next? It's why you see me go through swaths on this channel. Sometimes I play a lot of Unite. Sometimes I play a lot of Overwatch. Sometimes I shiny hunt a lot. Sometimes I want to fucking play a lot of Minecraft. I try, especially on this channel, I try to do a lot of variety. I try to spice things up all the time. Expedition 33 stream soon. I hate to do this, but I do think I have to backlog something like Expedition 33 because I have a lot of big things on my plate that I can't work with at the same time. Now that I've added potentially trying to do Minecraft server stuff more often, I want to stream Hightail stuff with some regularity. I want to shiny hunt pretty consistently on this channel. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Fucking I wanted to do it this weekend. I ended up not doing it. I have got to play more Persona 5 on this channel. That game is going to sit on my shoulders until fucking 2030. That shit is going to sit on my shoulders for fucking 20,000 years if I don't fucking play it more. That shit is going to loom over me like a ghost forever if I don't be playing it more often. You know what I mean? I have got to get to that. It's a pretty neat song, actually. Been listening to it a little bit. I want to put it in this playlist. There, and one more playlist. There we go. That's because of me. Oh yeah. Persona's like, I mean, I've probably streamed about. Oh, I can look at it on Steam actually. Let me check. It won't be exactly to how much I've actually streamed it, but it should give me a pretty good estimate of how much I've played the game. And both of you all can like cringe at how little progress I've made in the game. But like I have, holy fuck, that's more than I thought. I have 16 and a half hours in this game, and we just did the first outing or the second outing into Mementos. Like that's a lot. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do. I imagine it's the 7 deadly sins. I figured I was right about that when the first one was lust, and then the next guy was a big CEO of a business. I assume it's greed. I assume there's probably a couple more big bad guys on top of the 7 deadly sins. So if I'm guessing, there's probably like 9 or maybe 10 big antagonistic threats throughout the game. But we are traipsing through this very slowly. And if I don't get some more grinding hours into it, we are going to be playing this game forever. If I go to my current rate of maybe playing like 3 or 4 hours every month, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're in so much trouble. That was a really funny video I sent to my brother that me saying fucked like that made me think of. I'm gonna post that shit in the Discord. Give me a second. My God. Because my brother and his friend group always say shit like that. And I was like, this is a very you-coded video. So I want to share that with y'all because I think that shit is very funny. Holy moly. Yeah, give me a second. Alright, let me not waste too much time not shiny hunting. I would have timed the fucker out if I had the power. Oh, yeah, was there a guy talking about spoilers? Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the guy who was backseating me? I wasn't actually paying too much attention to it. Did we actually spoil some stuff? I either didn't even read it, or I read it and I've forgotten about it. So, y'all just tell me if he was actually spoiling stuff. Outside of just trying to be, like, helpful. That'd be really funny. Collection of memes. Oh my god, the Epstein meme I put in. I need y'all to know this. The Epstein meme that I put in our Discord, that was, that caption was all me. That's all me. That video I found it online, that caption is all me. I'm actually very proud of that caption. So, that shit's fucking awesome. I don't know if I want to show AI slop on the stream, but like, or on the VOD. Maybe we'll watch those two at the end. He spoiled like most of the game and parts of the ending. That's wild. I also think I kind of brought it on. If I remember correctly, I was talking about like theories I had, but obviously that doesn't excuse him for trying to spoil the game. But like, no, I kind of don't remember what he said. So that's good. There you go. There's also some stuff I already know about the game at the outset before even playing it, right? Like, like I said, don't traipse me too much on this one, but like I do have it in my head that like I think our player character becomes like a god level threat or something by the end of it. Like he gains a lot of fucking like manipulating powers, like meta powers. But other than that, I really don't know that much. So if he did say something, I have forgotten it. He did some backseat gaming. It was annoying. Yeah, the backseat. Yeah. God level threat is like a JRPG trope. That's true. Yeah. Thinking about what it takes Cloud, Strife, and his gang to fight whatever the fuck Sephiroth becomes at the end of the game. But yeah, like that kind of stuff's, yeah. Like I don't remember what he was talking about. That's good for me. Yeah. So like it's weird. When it comes to backseat gaming, I'm a little weird about it because like I don't want you to spoil something that like definitely hasn't happened yet, and maybe it's because I'm small enough and I haven't played enough games with communities yet. But like, is that an animated GIF you've sent? Is that animated on my stream? Wait, that's kind of sick as fuck. Okay, I didn't know my chat had that capacity. Good shit. I like that. I like that I can see that move around on my stream. That's cool. Anyway, look at that. Interesting. Huh. I'm really impressed with Caster Labs. I'm glad this shit worked the way that it does. This is also I've been listening to this for a while now. This song is very good. Yeah. Turns out Cloud is a cybernetic turtle from the future seeking for the Mystic Mungus. Yeah, fuck you. I was gonna play that game in like 20 years. God damn it, Sintel. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of weird when it comes to backseating, because like I don't want you to be like, hey, get this thing because it's really important for later. I don't need that, especially if I can go to an area and backtrack and get it. I don't want you to tell me things that like aren't relevant yet. But like if I remember correctly, I think he brought up something about like Josie's stamps or something like that, and I was like, that's kind of relevant to this moment. But it's also kind of like, even if it's relevant to the moment, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's very case by case. But like, you know, if I'm like clearly missing something and someone's like, hey, you're like not interacting with this part of the game, then I'm kind of like, I mean, yeah, you can, that's what it, like, point me in the direction. You don't need to be like, hey, turn right and there's a super secret item here. I don't like that kind of backseating. But if it's like, by the way, the thing this character is talking about is really important, I'll be like, oh, noted, thank you. Like, by the way, getting the stamps is a big deal. Got it. I will keep my mind in that gear. Thank you. Like, those kinds of backseating I'm not too opposed to. But I know he was doing a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Royal is weird about getting the actual new stuff that OGPS doesn't have, or P5. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I didn't even realize I was playing, like... I guess I knew I was playing the Definitive Edition, but I didn't realize it was kind of like Kingdom Hearts 2 Final... I didn't know it was kind of like Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I didn't realize there was, like... Oh, there's, like, a lot of new things that, like, aren't in the original kind of thing. I didn't realize it was cooking like that. I just thought it was kind of like a remaster of the game, or like an upscaling, or XYZ kind of thing. I didn't realize this shit was different. I thought I was just getting the Persona experience. I think I realized that last time I was playing, like, oh, this is, like, different? Okay. Honestly, fuck, man. I don't know if I'm just in a this song kind of mood. But all these songs I be hearing are fucking good. Even P4 is P4G versus different. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that. Oh, I see. P4 versus P4 Golden is different. Yeah, that makes sense. That one feels a little bit more obvious because the time gap between P4 and P4 Golden is very big. But like Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, they're only a couple years apart, right? I didn't realize they were gonna fucking stuff that bitch with a lot of shit. I almost caught a regular fucking Marill. I wouldn't have even kept it because I'm about to reset the game for repels. I wouldn't have kept that Marill. You just would have been along for the ride for a couple minutes. Definitive editions are better in every way. As someone who, I mean, like I said, I don't have too much experience in definitive editions of stuff, but like, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, if you can find a version where someone's translated the game like I have online, it is fucking phenomenal. I'll talk about my love for that game in a little bit. Let me finish your chat messages. If you're gonna play a 100+ hour game, you might as well play the one that's longer and has more stuff. Okay. Fair point. But can I ask a really serious question? How much longer is Royal versus the original? I'm not gonna go back and play. I'm not gonna go back and undo it at this point. Like we're 16 hours in. We're in for a penny at this point. But like, did I sign up for something that's like 30 hours longer? Oh my god, exactly 30 hours longer. Shit. Oh no. Oh no, bro. Oh god damn it. Oh, that's great. That's what I'm saying, man. I gotta grit my teeth and play more of it. Speaking of, another new game I threw on the pile this weekend. I gotta play more fucking Pokemon Conquest now. I'm fucking killing myself out here, man. Fuck. God damn it. We're screwed. What have I done? Yeah, so basically where this whole conversation thread started, Expedition 33 has got to be kind of low on the totem pole. Like I can't fuck with it at the same level as I could otherwise, because that is another that's a triple digit out. Well, it's not that long. I've heard that it's not quite that long, but it is a very long game to put on my plate on top of all this other stuff. DBZ rocks. You love Pokemon? Well, guess what? I love DBZ. So you know what? We can do the fucking thing where they clamp hands together. We can do the meme. We got it. We're here for it. I love that. I think it's better because the only way you can actually get to the new story stuff is if you talk to specific people, which was spoilers if you played the original because it's obvious who the person is. Ah, okay. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm just going to do the playthrough blind. I'll be honest, when it comes to Persona 5, I think we're just going to rock it blind. We'll just if I miss some stuff, we're just going to tank it, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna I hope y'all have your expectations set at a certain point when it comes to what the Persona 5 playthrough is gonna be like, because like I'm not going to be making sure I hit every little aspect. I'm not going to be making sure I find every little nook and cranny. We are going to play through this fucking game. I'm going to see the credits of the game and go, folks, thanks for watching. We're on to the next thing. Like, maybe on my own time, I find some more stuff or whatever else. Maybe if it's enriching enough, I might record some other things. You've seen the Persona channel on Discord, but a guy was talking about how Persona is better than Pokemon. I did see that. Which, you know what? Fair point, I guess. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum, but also, I kind of get it. What sticks out in my mind, I'll go into that point in a little bit. I have to remember to talk about Digimon. So we'll go to the other chat messages as well. Going in blind without knowing the original is much better. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know anything about the game, so this is like the thing I want to experience it raw all the way through, and I don't want to make sure I'm getting everything. Pokemon and Inception is Persona 5. That's funny. Date the doctor, my emo mommy. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm like a kid. I've already gotten in trouble for punching a guy in the face. I don't need any more blemishes, you know? Maybe I don't need to seduce an older woman, or seduce an older woman, or seduce an older woman, or seduce a classmate. Maybe that's just not the route I go. That's the one thing I know about Persona 5, is that a lot of the relationships are with older women. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Date the detective girl. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was a little... Ugh. Anyway, I was going to talk about Digimon. Yes. So, like, people talking about how Persona is better than Pokemon. What came to my mind is when people said the same thing about Digimon, it shows the animation of, like, modern day Scarlet Violet, where, like, using, like, big, powerful moves on opponents. It's all kind of... Or even... It showed Legend ZA footage, where they're all kind of, like, scaled down to render in the engine properly, and it's all held back, and then you fucking see Digimon, and it's this fucking, like, masterpiece, like, genuinely incredible animation of an attack. Like, he's fucking flying into space, and his body is, like, shifting into a giant cannon, and he roars, and he fires, and it's fucking all crazy. And you look at that, and you're like, I like Pokemon. I'm going to stick with Pokemon. I'm going to play the types of things I like in Pokemon, but, like, when there's people on the internet squabbling, oh, it's so much better, Pokemon sucks, Digimon is better, I don't got an argument for it. I'm just going to sit here and tell you Pokemon's my jam. I'm going to play that game. But, like, you know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. Damn, every fucking song I hear. This might go, like, this is going in my interview list. I gotta see if I want to put this song in, like, my favorites. I gotta listen to it a couple more times before I make this decision. But that when it hit that fucking when it hit that note, I was like, ooh, wait a minute, this song's got some hands. All right. Expedition 33 also lets you romance a girl, so 10 out of 10. Neat. Hopefully I am an adult. Either we're both adults or we're both kids. I can stomach either. I just don't know if I can. I mean, especially nowadays, I don't know if I can stomach pedophilia. I don't think I can. Even in a video game, even in a fake world, I don't think it's something I can stomach. Date Morgana. In Persona 5? Who's Morgana? Whatever. Oh, the cat! Duh! Oh, God. What's that fucking... My Weird Obsessions? The guy who had a semi-sexual relationship with his car? I don't even know if it was probably just romantic and stuff. Date the cat, you never said dating a furry is bad. You know what? I gotta give it up. That's not a basis I covered. So despite thinking in my head, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna date a cat. You know what? Because I didn't say it 5 seconds ago. Fuck me. I guess I'm locked in. I guess I'm stuck now. He locked the doors. I'm trapped. Help. He got the child lock on the doors. I can't leave. I'm stuck rubbing his fucking seat and him making weird noises about it. I'm fucked, I guess. I gotta say, that was a wild, insane thing for the game to do. Is that they all got in his car and he was like, "Oh my god, that was weird. That was very weird. On a game that's done a lot of weird things, that was weird. You love Morgana car, I fucking hate it. I don't have the heart to joke about it. I fucking hate it. I don't like it. It would have been fine if he didn't do the weird things when I fucking got in the car, and it'd be extra weird. Because I think, Sintel, you told me that if you're playing this on the PS5, if you rub the controller while you're in the car, he will purr. I don't... See, that kind of stuff is like, oh, shit. I don't like this anymore. Why couldn't it just be a cool, cute, Ghibli reference kind of thing? Why the fuck... Oh, it was Gecko? Okay. I knew it was one of his. I don't remember telling you that. Yeah, it turns out it was Gecko. My bad. I knew it was one of his. But point is, I don't think I can like this thing anymore. It's supposed to just be like a cute little reference kind of thing. What are we doing, man? Fuck. That ain't it, Chief. That was not the mood. That was not the motion in this ocean. I don't like it. Stop it. Oh, man. But yeah, point is, I definitely got to play that game again. I'm gonna be stuck on this shit forever. It's only on the PlayStation controller. Yeah, right. Yeah, man. It's even funnier that it's only PlayStation people that I have to fucking deal with people in their community doing that. Xbox people are like, people who play, well, I guess it's not on the Xbox, but people who are playing on the PC, like, y'all are freaking weird. I guess at the same time, you can just plug in a PS5 controller into the computer, right? I think it does the same thing, maybe. I don't actually know. I don't know if you plug a PS5 controller into the PC, if it has all the same functionality. That's one thing I'm very good at. I am good at knowing what I don't know. And if I don't know something, I'm not going to pretend I know it. But if I think I know something, I'll fucking stand my ground. So if I ever, like, definitively be like, this is how things are, this is the way that it is, know that I am, like, very confident in what I'm saying. So if I end up being wrong, that would be very unlikely, but it has happened before. I have stood my ground on some shit and been wrong. But know that it came from a place of high confidence. And I know you'll never see the Persona anime. That's probably a good point. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe at some point this story fucking engulfs me. Maybe it becomes my hyperfixation, and after I play the game, I'm like, fine, I'll watch the anime, yeah. Who knows? Oh, we literally just heard this song. I just added it to the playlist, and then I reshuffled the playlist, and it went to the top. That's funny. But yeah, there's a good chance I don't see that anime. We're down to 31. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the game. The P5 anime sucks balls. The 4 is good. 3 was only movies, but those are great. Okay. So the older you go, the better they are. Interesting. It's almost like real life. Yeah, we're talking about women, right? If only I could say that with a straight face. That's one of my big problems, is I can't, like, fucking commit to saying something heinous. Because then I always, like, giggle. I'm like, hee, I'm saying something crazy. I can't fucking just straight face commit to some shit like that. I'm so nervous and anxious. What if they believe me? Oh. There are multiple movies for the same game? That's funny. It's like it's such a world that I just know nothing about. It's not like the lore of the game, but just like it's a video game that has animes for each installment of the game, and there are sometimes movies. Everybody look at Turtwig. Like wow, really? Okay. Pop off. I'll get animes for your show. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's just a world I'm very, like, I know nothing about. I can't imagine fucking, well, I was gonna say, I'm not kidding. The words that were on their way out of my mouth were, I can't imagine there being an anime for Pokemon, for example. I was about to legit say that shit. But that also feels a little different, you know what I mean? That also feels like, because like the Persona animes, they feel like, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but the Persona animes feel like they're supplemental to the to the games. Like you play the game and you're like, oh, okay, so now I want to watch the anime kind of thing. But the anime for Pokemon seems like it's more in service of the games, and more so in service of the product, like buying merchandise and that kind of thing. Like, oh, now that I've seen a little Chimchar in the anime, now I want a Chimchar plushie, or now I want to play the game where you can use Chimchar as a starter. It feels much more almost like an advertisement. It's more than that, but you know what I mean. It feels like it acts independently to get you to do the other stuff. Whereas the Persona animes, at least from an outsider's perspective, and the way y'all are talking about it, feels like something that is in addition to this thing, there's also this other thing you can do. Like maybe you don't want to play the games, well, you can watch the movies. Or if you don't want to watch the movies, here's the games you can play. And if you like one enough, you can have the other. All right, so y'all are having some discourse about the games, and I can't really match y'all because I don't know anything about anything. I mean, I barely know about Persona 5, so, but the discourse looks like it's just a me thing, but I don't think any of the P3 updates are any good as the original. Yeah, Persona's anime has a huge problem with pacing. My least favorite thing in an anime to have to stomach. For me to like an anime, it can't, like, oh, what? Am I such a hypocrite for saying that? Because I love the original One Piece, and I think its original pacing is really good. When people I think that's more so that I like the pacing even though other people don't, rather than me being able to accept bad pacing. Because I don't like it when a show is paced poorly, has poor pacing. So I think that's just me having an exception to what I consider bad pacing. I don't know. But yeah, imagine making a 100-hour game into several small episodes or into a few movies. Oh, you mean the opposite. You mean it goes too fast. Yeah, so that feels a lot more like it's being supplemental to the material rather than, like I said, like I was talking about earlier, how the Pokemon anime is very different than the Persona animes in terms of how it interacts with the original product. Okay. So I was right about that. Yippee! Yay! It's a give and take since you kind of have to stomach them skipping a lot of stuff. I mean, fuck it. You're like Gecko just said, you have a 100-hour game with a bunch of dialogue and content. And fight scenes are probably, I don't know. Maybe they're longer in the games than they are in the anime. But I imagine that, like, yeah, if you're gonna make a 100-hour story-based video game into 2 movies, then yeah, you're gonna have to miss some stuff. Yeah, you ain't getting the whole pot. You're not getting the whole pot. No way. Also, on that note, just kind of more as a curiosity thing, are there any talks at all of Persona 6? Is it done? Or are there, like, is Persona 6, like, coming at some point? Is that a thing? I don't know. In my mind, it's been, like, Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal for, like, the past 5+ years. I don't know. Is something coming around the corner? Should I be expecting something in the next Nintendo Direct? 2 movies? Nah, P3 was like 4. That's still less than 10 hours of content, give or take what the movies are about. Or given how long the movies are, it's still less than 10 hours. Like I said, for a triple-digit hour game, yeah, you're not getting everything in there. No question. I think it's smarter to add something to the story rather than retell the game. Yeah, I really think, I don't know if that's what those movies do, but it really feels like it should do that. You really should, if you're gonna make supplemental material like that, especially for Persona, because like, it's already super heavy story based. I don't think anyone wants to fucking play a whole 100-hour game and then watch the same game told very cut cornersy in like 5 hours, versus if they like My Hero Vigilantes did that shit and added to the context of the world rather than anything else. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they just retell the story in a shitty way without putting it nicely. To retell the story in a shitty way is kind of, that just seems weird. It just seems like a weird decision to make. P6 might not be for a while since the original director worked on Metaphor. He might not return for P6. Oh. So it might be the end of the era. Huh. At least the way that it feels. P4 Revival? Oh, you know what? That tracks. No, that does track because they did revive P3. Nah, that's fair. But like, isn't there? I own it. Sintel gave it to me as a birthday gift. Fucking Persona 4 has been remade. We need to do it again? What is this Last of Us bullshit? What is this? One of the best episodes of the P4 anime was the one where they retold the entire story, but from the villain's POV in one episode? That sounds like a gag episode. What do you mean the fucking guy was like trapped in a box for 80 hours and then you open the box and it's like the last 20 hours in 30 minutes? That's really funny. I don't know if that's what happens in P4, but I imagine it might. That's so, and it's even worse if it's not that. If it's fucking all 100 hours of the game in one episode from the villain's perspective, that's... You just said it's the best episode, but that sounds very rough. You have to see to understand what I mean. Yeah, fair enough. Like, but just like the way you described it, like I'm sure it's not matching up, but the way you described it is like the last thing I would be interested in. They've already milked P5. Like, dog, what are they doing? They're going back and remaking their old games like multiple times. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do P5 Revival. And it's not gonna make any fucking sense because that game looks pretty damn modern. Like, what are you gonna add? Fucking, like, bloom flare to every fucking shot? You're gonna fucking fully reanimate every scene or something? Like, I don't know. Not gonna lie, I don't like the idea of P4 Remake because the clip they showed had the city too clean. Yeah. I imagine it's because they changed it from the original. It's probably a bit more of a grimier city. But, like, it's kind of funny to bastardize your point and be like, yeah, these fuckers don't deserve to have a nice city. They need to suffer for me to enjoy it. The idea of P4 was that you had to see the beauty in an otherwise ugly village. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm intentionally bastardizing your words. I forgot. I played like a couple hours of that game. I forgot it's the one where you're in the village. Yeah, we'll see that shit in 2028. Dude, can you just fucking imagine? Instead, it's Persona 6. Oh, man. Because I know very vaguely that Persona takes place in the same universe as the Shin Megami Tensei series. How are those different? Because, like, well, I was going to say one of them is, like, it is your persona being amplified, but also our main character is collecting them like a regular RPG where you have, like, 6 monsters on your team. And that's what my read of Shin Megami Tensei is. You have a bunch of monsters and you can pick and choose them. But, like, how different are those worlds? I don't know. It's worse in P3 because the entire theme is that you have to learn to accept death. But every single version after brought dead people back since they thought it was too sad. Oh, that's... yeah. That's that. I don't want to yuck any yums here, but, like, typically speaking, when you service or you sacrifice the themes of a story in service of character stuff, I usually don't like it. Like, if you want your characters to do something, but it clashes with, like, the whole point of what you're doing with the story, and the character doesn't suffer any consequences for, like, going against it, that always kind of rubs me the wrong way. SMT is darker with no social links. Okay, so Shin Megami Tensei is, like, a much more straightforward type of RPG. Straightforward is not the right way to put it, but, like, you're not worrying about relationships with other characters. You're not worrying about this, that, and the other. It's just a classic RPG kind of feel. Okay. Ooh, man. I really catalyzed the ball rolling here. I got you two barking about Persona 5 for, like, the past 20 minutes. I fucking love it. That's the kind of shit I'm on. What do we say? Probably another 15 minutes of this. We'll end at the 10. That'll give me good time to get food in my belly and then fall asleep. Yeah, I know, right? Just saying it made me... just saying it brought a pain to my stomach. Can I be honest with y'all? I think a good number of y'all saw me eating those Chinese noodles last night, and let me be clear, fucking delicious. Would probably do it again. Absolutely spectacular. Woke up this morning and almost shit my pants 3 different times. Like, I was doing some porcelain Picassos this morning. It's funny, I wasn't even really mukbanging because I fucking would mute every bite I took. I just had a nice cup of lo mein noodles, and I made some porcelain Picassos the next morning, yet this morning because of it. Oh boy, that was not the best. Oh man. Whoo boy. But yes, yeah, food is calling my name. I'm feeling the call, the urge. Because I did sit here and I think I got up one time. I've been here at this chair for 6.5 hours. Honestly, great weekend. Very, very fulfilling weekend. Lots of streaming done. Kind of got my mojo. I'm like Austin Powers. I got my mojo back, baby. Also, I've just realized Spotify has been way too fucking quiet for y'all. Y'all have not been hearing this music. That's all right. Y'all been hearing some of it, but especially these quieter songs have been coming in way too low. That's fine. I don't want to. You know what? I will turn it down just a little bit from where I had it. Yeah, I don't want to fight it that hard, but I do want to have to fight it a little bit. Especially when I'm shiny hunting, it's kind of hard for me to figure out what the right music balance is. That's why I need people in my corner who know what they're doing. I need, like, people who are like, yeah, that's too quiet, or that's too loud, or that kind of thing. Which, to be fair, no one's really said anything about it, but, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard, because I wish I were hearing it from y'all's perspective, so that in real time, I would know how I want it to sound compared to how it sounds. You know what I mean? It's kind of confused, because the volume I have in my ears is different than the volume you guys are hearing. It's fickle stuff. You don't have to worry about it too much. Just know that I am constantly worried about it, because my brain has to be constantly worried about something. Tee-hee-hee. I love anxiety. Yay! Should have expected that Fullmetal Alchemist had its own End of Evangelion, but I just didn't even think about it. So again, that's the that's the original series that has it. And it's it is funny. Yeah, it is funny that they had to do it, but they also had to do it for sort of different reasons than Evangelion did, but ultimately the same reason. Like, the reason they had to go and do their own story is because the manga author wasn't done writing it and was like, hey, you cannot use my ideas going further here because I haven't finished telling my story, and you need to know what I know to keep writing it the way that I write it. So make your own shit from here. And they're like, fucking okay. So they did that for a long time, and for the same reason as Evangelion, they kind of stretched it further out, and they were like, fuck, okay, we gotta make a movie. They found Evangelion made a good blueprint for it. They're like, fuck it, we gotta do what Evangelion did. We gotta make a movie. Fuck it. Shiny right now, go. Now, shiny. Oh, man. I gotta try it once, because I was watching my most recent shiny encounter. Not recently, but back when I ended it. But I watched it, and when I was editing it, I saw that glycogen, that's the fucking word. When you eat food, your brain gets more glycogen. It lets you think better. I am very low on glycogen. Anyway, point is, they had the same thing where they were like, oh, fuck it. We don't have the money anymore. So we're just gonna end it on sort of a really weird, awkward, kind of a crazy cliffhanger, and then finish it up with a movie. Oh, man. So yeah, kind of the same reason Evangelion had to do it is because they kind of ran out of time and money to do it. But, a little bit different as well, because, like, they kind of could have done it, but they didn't. Ass ending? Yeah, like I said, a little bit. Like, when you said it did its own End of Evangelion because of the same reason. Yeah. Is for an ass ending. Well, that's the thing. The reason Evangelion has an ass ending and needed the movie is because they ran out of resources. They ran out of time. They ran out of money. They ran out of episode slots for whatever contract they were under. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they literally could not fit the ending of their story into the anime itself. So they were like, okay, we're gonna release a movie, and we're gonna, like, butcher the last episode or two of the show, and then we're gonna make a movie that actually ends the story. That's what they did with the original Fullmetal Alchemist. Sort of. The ending is ass, but not because they intentionally butchered the last couple of episodes. The end of the original FMA is ass because it just doesn't end the story. Because there's clearly more story to tell, and it's like, fuck, man, what are we doing? It ends on a cliffhanger. And it's and if you think it's over, like it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, like, oh my god, something bad's happening, cut to black. But it, like, very clearly ends, and it feels like an ending of a show, but it very clearly ends with way more questions than answers. You're like, what does this mean? What about that? Blah, 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 blah. Like, if you're watching it without watching the episodes, I bet you would be fucking shocked that the last episode is the last episode. You'd be like, what do you fucking mean? What? Oh, man. Imagine ending a show with a movie. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. That's what they had to do. Oh, boy. Couple hundred more encounters today. That's fine. Like I knew from all the way back in Emerald, I knew this grind was gonna be slower. But honestly, it's not been that bad. It's been alright. Like if I saw the ending right now after watching Brotherhood, my head would explode. Yeah, well, yes and no. You would have, if you watched that movie right now, you would have no fucking idea what's going on, because the stories do diverge at a very important point. And without spoiling too much, the stories diverge at a point where it explains the overarching, like, reason the world is the way that it is. They diverge in how the specifics of alchemy works. They diverge in what certain characters' roles are, or how they were, like, brought into the world, kind of thing. So if you watched that movie right now, you would be very lost and confused. But even if you're watching the show, you get to the point of the end of the show and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's over? Because I remember that's how I felt before knowing there was a movie to watch. I was like, what, huh, what? It was very jarring, to say the least. That's my biggest memory from the show, is that the ending of the original is like, are you fucking kidding? The movie's good. I like the movie. As, like, personally, for what it does to end the show properly, I like the movie. So, there you go. I really want an anime to do what NGE did, where they make a whole ass movie, but instead of explaining it through anime, they just have a creator explain it to you while he's in a dark room. Dude, he shows you, like, animation cells of, like, yeah, this is what we wanted to do with the end of the movie. So, like, we wanted this really big, complicated fight scene, this, like, crazy thing where everybody's turning into orange juice and stuff. And you're like, as a viewer, you're like, why are you talking about it? Just do it. You made a whole movie just to explain why you're not making a movie. Fuck you. That's awesome. That would, like a director's cut of, like, what could have been, it would be insane. People paid money for this. We bought popcorn and drinks, man. What are you doing? That'd be foul. Whew, all right. We're riding up on that closing time, folks. You know what? I'll be nice. We'll go until the rappel counter hits 47, and then we'll use that last rappel, and then we'll be done. We'll go a little past 10 o'clock as a little treat for you guys. You're welcome. Anyway. It's been a good weekend. It's been a good weekend for streaming. It's really funny that I thought the first day was gonna feel the best, because even today I was like, oh man, I don't feel, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. But you know what? These 2 streaming days have been very nice, and then the Friday one was very, it wasn't that bad. It just the internet issues, and then ending on a bad note with the fucking around with the Minecraft mod pack list was was rough. So like everyone dies, but we can't show you because we lost the money. And it's just like a fucking like 5-minute sketch of like Shinji laying on the floor with like a stick in his heart. You're like, what the fuck? They do like a stick figure recreation of the final shot of the show where Asuka and Shinji are on the beach, and it's like, what do you fucking mean? That would be stellar. I need to start using. I need to stop using stellar and start using sensational. I need to start saying that shit more often. That shit bangs. I love that. I love sensational. It's such a great stim. Oh, cool. We're listening to this song again. I want to hear it again because I want to see how much I like it. So we are going to listen to it, whether you like it or not. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it up in my headphones. I'm not going to turn it up for y'all, don't worry. But I want to hear it a little more clearly. Seeing a stick figure Shinji choking a stick figure Asuka would be hilarious. But yeah, like if that was like all you got. But that's it. That's the show. GG's, shake my hand. We're done here. Goodbye. Or like at the end of the show, they're like, we ran out of budget, so my 5-year-old daughter drew the rest of the show. And then it's her just going, it's all tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It's her. She does all the sound effects too. It's like people are popping. She's like, boosh, boosh, kaboo. That would be, dude, the end of Evangelion remade by a 5-year-old is like $1 billion idea, dude. That's a fucking banger idea. Because there's a game I need to play on stream where a father made a game with his, I think, like 3-year-old daughter. And they've, like, she drew all the pictures, she made all the sound effects, she did all the stuff. And he went into a game and coded it and made things. Like, she does all the voice acting. It might be a game I pull out on stream someday. I've already bought it. I heard about it on a wish list, and I just looked into it. I want to play that game, and I think it might be a good idea to play that game on stream. But a whole end of Evangelion remade by a 5-year-old would be so fucking peak, man. That would be awesome. Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna keep holding of it. This song's fucking banger lights for sure. It's honestly, you know what? I'm gonna do it. This song is hitting the main playlist, and this song is hitting the playlists. Like, this might be like an intro song kind of thing. This shit is lit. I love when it goes doo 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 doo. When it hits that fucking note, it's coming up in a little bit. Oh, I love it. Oh, there it is. I don't know. It's not gonna do it again because it's almost the end of the song. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. That'd be so sick. Well, folks, it has been one hell of a weekend. I thank you all for sticking around. People who came in, people who came out, people are here, not here right now. This is for the VOD watchers of the Shiny Hunt. This is the end of a 3-day streaming streak I went on this weekend. And it's been a good one. I've been kind of revitalized on how much I like streaming. So, folks, until the next time around, I will see y'all. Thank y'all for making this so fun for me to do. I hope you all have a good night. Take care, my friends. Hopefully the hand will be fixed again soon. Bye-bye.